at the coordinations, waiting for response.
Target confirmed. Under the bridge. ETA 5 minutes.
Copy. Hey everybody, I am Blue Mullet, back again with a new NEX gun. This is my all-time favorite SMG, the HK MP5A2. This is my third attempt at this particular H&K, and I am just so pleased at how this one turned out. I'm just a big fan of its internals and externals. I think I did a great job. The gun functions very, very well, and it does so without using any broken parts. Starting up front, I really am a fan of how the barrel and front sight turned out. The front sight slants back, just like the real MP5s. As you can see, the foregrip is comprised of a row of yellow connectors. This is on all of my previous generation of MP5s, and a lot of other people have used this style foregrip on their own MP5s. The gun's main body looks absolutely stunning. I think I did a great job at replicating it. It's sturdy and is well built. I also was able to get some little minute details in here, including the front of the magazine well is canted forward. It looks really nice and clean. I think it turned out really good. The magazine well is really strong and sturdy as well. The handle is based on my second generation of MP5. It is 5 layers thick. It's very strong and sturdy. It has probably like 3 or 4 connection points into the main body. I am a big fan of how it turned out. And now, without further ado, I present the best Stage 3 trigger mechanism that I have ever achieved. This holds a ton of power. It provides grid pin distance, and it just looks so good. The gun's stock connection is awesome. I'm very pleased with how it turned out. Down here, having this little lip here, I guess a little indent, and then proceeding to go into the slant. I'm glad that that's correct. I'm glad that I was able to use this this black flexi rod here on both sides to really just make it pop. It looks really good, and it's a very strong, sturdy connection. The rear sight is definitely a little bit different than my previous generation, although it still uses the gear to line up with the front sight. I think it looks really nice, and yeah, the gear is just the way to go for MP5 sights. As I mentioned before, the A2 stock is strong and sturdy, and I chose the A2 stock not only because it's my favorite one on the MP5, but so that I could add a pin guide onto it for added pin stability. Both sides of the gun are identical. As you can see, here is the other side. Looks really nice. It's just clean and well built. Here is the very small stick banana mag. As you can see, it looks okay. I'm not too happy with it, but ultimately it is a good magazine that feeds very well. Another awesome feature that I really love about the gun is the fact that I was able to hide the ramrod in the body. As you can see, that looks really nice and clean. You still have access to prime it back via the top of it. As you can see, there's a little slot, not really slot, but a little groove for your finger. Therefore, you can just barely grab a hold of it and pull it back. Loading this gun is going to be straightforward and, of course, a very easy process. Simply just remove the magazine using the magazine release. As you can see, the mag drops out hands-free. Pretty happy about that. But here's your magazine. They do have an internal pusher and also a lock for it as well. So simply just pull down on it right here. And when it gets down below, it will lock thanks to the female ball socket right there. And then this gun is going to shoot the trusty gray connector round. It's just loading it is not going to be great just because the front of the magazine is exposed in order to fit the larger gray connector round. So simply just take them, put them in like this. It is a bummer that this is the way it has to be, but at least you have a decent magazine that feeds really well. Holds 5 comfortably, but you can take a 6th and place it on top like this and get that one into the gun. You just have to be a little bit more careful while putting it in because that one will have a tendency to pop out and therefore your magazine won't go into the gun. But after when you do that, over here on this side of the gun's magazine, there is a tan clip. So you just grab it and simply just rock her down. And then as you can see, it will begin to feed. All right, everybody, it is now time to go ahead and make the ramrod or the pin for your K'NEX gun. This is what a finished ramrod looks like. It's on a black rod. It's got some electrical tape on there. It's got a little O-ring and just one 117 through it. Underneath that electrical tape, this is what it looks like. It's just a tan clip, blue clip, and a gray connector. Pretty straightforward. And of course, I do highly recommend that you use a black rod or a clear rod because they are made of a much stronger plastic than that of a orange or a regular gray rod. I highly recommend that you use JB plastic weld, the epoxy. Mix some of that up and just put it underneath the tan clip, blue clip, and underneath the gray connector. Just mix it up and put it all around there. I would let it sit and dry overnight before actually using it. The O-ring, this is what I'm using here, the number 5 O-ring by Danco. This is the specs. You can get it from Lowe's. Pretty straightforward. So yeah, once again, that's the ramrod, and let's go ahead and insert it and get to firing. With the completion of the ramrod marks the end of the video tutorial. So once again, for the 10th time, thank you so much for watching and for building the gun. I hope you really like it. I think this is such a great gun, and I hope to see some modifications from everybody. So let's go ahead and load this thing up and shoot it to make sure that it all works and everything like that. Before you shoot, I recommend that you go ahead and go over some things on your gun. Just make sure that all the panels are nice and tight. Grab the handle and squeeze it. You know, make sure that everything is make sure the connectors are set properly, I guess is the word I'm looking for. But after when you've done that, we can go ahead and throw the ramrod in this thing and shoot it. So simply just take your ramrod and you're going to insert it into the yellow connector hole right here. So go ahead and do that. It will get blocked by the trigger, obviously. And then once it's in here, you're just going to take your pin guide and connect the pin to it, like that. Let's go ahead and pull everything back towards the pin so it's nice and neat. And then pull the trigger and push the pin forward. From here, you can go ahead and place your rubber bands onto the gun, and I will show you where they mount to. And obviously, just for this end here, I'm just going to be using one 117 size rubber band. So you can see the rubber band is on, and it just gets stretched up to that blue rod. You can hold like 4 or 5 117s on this gun. It can handle a lot of power. From here, or from there, take your magazine, lock her down like that, and then take 6 gray connectors, or 5, depending on how you're feeling, and just stick them right in the top, I guess in the side of the gun. And take the 6th if you'd like, put it right on top, like that. Now be gentle and careful, but go ahead and insert it into the gun like that. It should click up into place. And activate your pusher. Just pull down on the tan clip like that, and it should start feeding. So go ahead and pull the ramrod back and shoot it. Ooh. Like I said, such a good shooting gun. I really like it. I think it's just such a solid gun. One of my best. Ooh. So once again, let me know if you have any modifications planned for this gun. Oof. And if you do, I'd love to see them. You know, share them down below in the comment section. I'll be sure to check them out. Once you're done shooting, of course, just extend your trigger finger and hit the magazine release, and the magazine will drop right out. So as you can see, works just fine. Looks good. So yeah, once again, that is the end of the videos. That is the end of the video and the tutorial. I hope you guys liked the video. If you see anything that I can improve on, or if you'd like to see any particular guns built by me, please leave a comment down below in the comment section. I'd love to see it. But yeah, until next time, I will see you guys later. Goodbye.